Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
What are you laughing at?
You.
Why?
Using your best seductive voice on me.
Hey, baby. If that's seductive. Hey, baby.
Works for me.
Oh, God. So I hear there's a fellow at work that had an accident with his finger.
He did.
What was the problem? What could have happened?
Okay, so I guess at some point or another that he got a sliver in his finger. Now, I got more information later on, and I actually think now that I have more information, this was probably a work injury because it was a metal sliver.
Okay.
So this probably happened at work. But he didn't report it, obviously, because
He would fail the drug test. Oh,
and
boy.
let me tell you what,
Damn
I
blue-collar tweakers.
have got both my eyes on that motherfucker because he's got to go. He's got to get out of there. I can't even stand looking at him. He is literally, and I've told you this is how I describe him, he is a fucking nightmare. He has no teeth, which is bad enough because I got a thing with teeth, right?
Dude, I got news for you. Mine are going. They're really bad.
They're not.
They're bad. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not changing the subject. Hold on, I gotta go fart over here real quick.
Okay, have fun farting over there.
I'll just pretend I'm not farting.
Okay.
Please continue.
I'm going to make deep eye contact with you while you're farting.
It's working.
Is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, good. So anyway, so I guess this was a work injury, but he didn't report it because, drug test. But, so anyway, he got this metal sliver in his finger. I guess he thought he got it out, but it got infected, which is no surprise. Because as I started saying, so he's got no teeth, but he also has these really deep sores on like both sides of his, like the corners of his lips, like sores, like they're nasty.
Like he opened his mouth too far and it cracked and never healed right? Sores or like boils?
Like, dude, I don't even know. They're like weeping all the time though.
Oh, yuck.
It's straight up disgusting.
That's a great term that nobody uses that I know what it means.
What?
Weeping. That's nasty.
Yeah.
It's really nasty.
Yeah. And so he has he's shaved bald. His eyes scare the shit out of me because like they're for real like animal. Like I don't know, that's not a fucking person, man. He's fucked up.
Yeah.
And
he's degenerated.
Dude, he's bad. And like I know he's got like he's very open about his previous problems with drugs, which are I know for a fact are current problems with drugs. But he was telling me like, oh, I'm finally off parole. So of course, being the nosy motherfucker that I am, I go and check all the docket sheets, find out what he was charged with. So I look up his name versus, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. He's got all these drug manufacturing charges, so obviously he was running a meth lab. But not just all of the drug charges. In addition to that, he also had a charge of indentured servitude, which I didn't even know was like a criminal charge in the state of Pennsylvania.
It's like kidnapping almost.
You know what indentured servitude is? It's like, it's slavery.
Yeah, it's kidnapping.
So I guess he had some bitch that like wasn't allowed to leave the meth place, had to do whatever he wanted in exchange like for drugs.
Well, she was fucked up too, so she's probably fine with it.
Well, I guess so, but the charge was indentured servitude, not just that.
That's insane.
Yeah. So, fucked up shit.
But really though, isn't life just indentured servitude anyway?
Yes, it is.
Right.
Absolutely. That's called citizenship. Yeah, indentured servitude. But but yeah. So I mean, he's just terrifying to look at. He's terrifying to talk to. And like you can tell too that he's got like aggression in him. Like even though he doesn't act aggressively, like you can tell.
He's waiting to unleash it. And the way you picture him, the way you describe makes me picture a Mad Ball. Remember Mad Balls?
Yeah.
The cartoons? The baseballs with the stitches and the mean face, no teeth. Reminds me of like a mad ball. I just picture a mad ball whenever you talk about that motherfucker, like a jack-o'-lantern or something.
Just wait. I mean, you're gonna come work with me. You're gonna meet this guy, and you're gonna be like, yeah, he's a walking nightmare. Like, he's literally the shit that my nightmares are made out of. Everything about him is just all fucked up and wrong.
That's fucked up. Anyway.
Yeah.
Where were you going? I didn't mean to change the subject.
No, so that's okay. So anyway, so his finger got infected. So last Friday, he had his finger wrapped up in gauze, the whole finger. So like, the entire length of it wrapped up in gauze. And it was not just the gauze, but his finger itself was twice the size that his finger should be.
Like a corn dog.
Yeah. Plus the gauze is on top of it. So it was just like comically huge. And he kept asking people to cut it open for him. Like, hey man, will you cut this open for me? Todd was telling me this. He was like, he asked me to cut it open. And I was like, did you fucking do it? And he was like, well, no. And I'm like, don't. You'll get hepatitis. Or AIDS. Like, God knows. That guy's a walking infection. Like. Then Dan said something about MRSA. And I was like, if MRSA was a person, it would be him. He is MRSA. Ugh. But anyway. So yesterday he didn't come into work. And we were pretty excited because we thought he was a no-call, no-show, and we're like, great, we get to fire the guy. But ended up he texted Vance at like 6:30 in the morning yesterday and said he had to go to the doctor for his finger, not going to be in. So we're like, shit, okay. But I guess what happened, he went to the doctor, and the doctor did cut open his finger to like get rid of all of the infection in there, and there were fucking maggots. Yeah. No, I seriously screamed when they were telling me this.
That's so gross.
And I mean, I'm actually a little embarrassed of my conduct because like I was totally off the rails, like out of control of myself. And I'm like, tell me that's not true, is it? And they're all like fucking geeking out. It's so funny that I'm like, no, I'm serious, I'm gonna cry. This isn't a true story. And they're like, yeah, no, that really happened. And I'm like, no, oh my God. And I'm like, is he here today? And they're like, yeah, go ask him about it. And I'm like, no. So I'm like hiding from him all day because like I'll throw up if I have to look at this fucking, and like, no. So I was sitting down there in the production office. Todd comes walking in and he was like, Slider had to leave. And I was like, thank God. I'm like, why did he leave? The doctor's office called and said, you need to get back here right now. And I was like, what? And Dan's like, what?
They're going to cut that shit off.
Dan's like, well, they must have cultured it. Like, and obviously, like, the culture came back pretty bad. And he was like, don't those cultures normally take a couple of days? And I was like, well, yeah, but whatever he has is so fucking, like, invasive and aggressive that, like, they swab it on the Petri dish and the shit explodes. Yeah. Like, yeah.
It just turns into the It's Alive baby.
Like, oh, my God. He's a fucking biological weapon just walking around.
Does he drive?
No, he's got a bicycle with a motor on it, though.
So he's picture him hitting his handlebars and that one finger just straight up.
Oh my God, he's just so disgusting, so disgusting. And I don't mean to be like cruel to people that are down on their luck or whatever.
It's not down, but man. Like, that fucker's kicking himself.
Oh my God.
How do you get maggots in there?
I don't know. I just imagine him sleeping in some shit hovel. Like laying on the floor and some
all because of one sliver? Or was it a needle?
That's what I said. I was like, is it possible that he shot up in his finger? I don't know.
Dude, do you think you could feel the maggots wiggling in there?
Oh my God. I don't know. Yes, you'd have to.
You would have to.
Oh.
That's barf-tastic. Oh, imagine that.
No.
Feeling the maggots wiggling in your finger.
They figure that out though. You just said it.
Yeah.
You told everybody that.
Yeah, and then he got a call at work today and had to leave because the doctor's office called him and said, you need to come back to the office right now. So apparently they did like some kind of like culture or whatever on the shit that was in his finger. Like, I don't know what happened, but like he had to leave work to go back to the doctor. Like they called him and they were like, you need to come back in right now.
So you'll figure out tomorrow?
No.
Unless he's dead.
They probably cut it off.
But that's what we were talking about. They were like, he's probably going to not have a finger. Like, they're probably just going to cut it off.
Dude, it's already dead. That's where maggots are in there. It's dead.
I know.
Yeah. That's disgusting.
Oh. like I have.
Could you
blisters.
imagine fucking maggots crawling on your finger?
That's what he's saying. He's like, don't you think he could feel that? Like maggots crawling around in there? And I'm like,
finger,
I know!
Well, that's true, but
Oh, I'm getting like.
at least.
Well, but
you
like
have to
maggots
giggle.
are like the
Ooh.
best thing that could happen to an infection because they're eating away like the dead shit. So, I mean, that's actually like,
He's a fucking zombie.
for an infection,
He is.
oh my god though, like that happened. Huh.
Oh,
Huh.
you're crazy. You're
See, thank God I didn't
crazy.
go to med school. Can you imagine what happened if I, for one thing, even got a patient like him and he took his fucking pants off or some shit? Like, oh my god.
What if it's just like magically?
He got
No, and Todd said something like, well, maybe he's gonna be castrated. And I was like, Todd, god damn it!
That's funny. You got maggots in your penis, so you're just happy to see me.
You know, what if he like he took his pants off and everything just like magically like beautiful?
It's like the only part of himself he took care of.
It's like sparkling. It's like
Yeah,
background.
exactly.
music.
David Hasselhoff.
Glistening with moisturizer.
It's like shiny.
Haircut.
Oh my god.
It's ready to rock. It's
It's got
his
like-
It's
epitaph.
like curled.
But you gotta climb
No!
the ladder to get
Like
to
You
it.
gel.
guys, oh my god, I want to see if I can find his mugshot so that you can see how awful it
What's
is.
his name?
Richard Slider.
Nobody.
Dick Slider.
I don't like
No, he goes by Richard.
I know they all
No.
do.
No. Stop trying.
So somebody named Dick Slider is having
No.
life problems. Oh boy.
Good boy. Good boy.